Hi. Okay, so I'm back. And we're going to start with some basic vulval vaginal awareness education. Okay? So, you're going to get to see some of my beautiful artwork. So, we're going to talk a little bit about the vagina. And first, what I want to say about the vagina is actually just the canal that leads from your external genitalia up to your cervix. It is not all of this here. So we're going to go over what all of this here is. And this entire external genitalia area is called the perineum, right? Okay. So first, this is the prepuce. That's the hood of the clitoris. Then we have the actual clitoris underneath it, which is the gland that helps with sexual stimulation. We have the labium majorum here, which are the outer lips of the vaginal opening. Then we have the labium minora, which are the thinner, hairless inner lips that surround the vaginal opening. Now within the labium minora, we have the area called the vestibule. And the vestibule has in it the urethra. And the urethra is where urine comes out of. And then we have the vagina. And then we have the anus down here. So this entire area here is called the vulva. And everything at the external genitalia, this whole area is called the perineum, right? So when you're going to your GYN, your gynecologist, you can tell her or him, there's pain in my vestibule, which will be more specific for her or him. And, they'll be very impressed because you know your anatomy. Good job. So this is the external anatomy. Now to go a little bit deeper so we understand a little bit more about the muscles that affect all of this, I'm going to pull up the model. So hold on one second. Let me put this back. And here is my handy pelvic model, right? So orientation on women goes like this, okay? Front, back. This is the sacrum. This is the tailbone, also called the coccyx. And this is the lowest, what we call lumbar vertebrae, the bones of your spine, right? Here are the sides of the pelvis. This is the pubic symphysis, which is like the almost cartilaginous tissue that connects the two sides of your pelvic bones. And then you, of course, have your pelvic floor muscles. So if I turn it up like this is again as if someone's laying on her back, right? So again, here we go. There's the clitoris, there's the prepuce, there's the urethral opening, there's the vaginal opening, also called the introitus, just in case you wanted to know. The thinner tissue here, lips here, that's the labia minora. And then right under the labia minora lays muscles that help to close the vaginal opening. So they're here. Bubble cavernosus is the name of it. I don't know if you're interested in all that, but anyways. So we have basically 3 layers of muscles that help with the pelvic floor. I like to say pelvic diaphragm actually, so we're going to say pelvic diaphragm. Words have very strong meanings, right? And our muscles in our pelvis aren't hard and rigid. They're pliable and they move and they're flexible. So we're going to say pelvic diaphragm. Anyways, the most superficial layer here includes these muscles that help to erect the clitoris for sexual stimulation. They also help to flex the anus here. This is the external anal sphincter here. It gives us voluntary control over defecation or having a bowel movement. We also have an internal anal sphincter. We can't control that one. Our nervous system regulates when that one opens and closes. We have a layer of muscle here called your superficial transverse perineal muscle. But this is the layer that if you're giving birth, if it tears, the tear can go into the lower part of the bubble cavernosus and into this muscle if it's really severe, or even into the anal sphincter if it's really, really severe. So these are the muscles, the most superficial muscles. Then behind that, we have the urethral sphincters. You can't see them on the model because it's a model and I can't remove that superficial layer. But that's where the muscles are that help you to have voluntary control over urination. And if I flip it over, you see that kind of layer of muscles that looks like a hammock back there in the back a little bit, kind of. In real life, it's really like a trampoline, but anyways, the group of muscles is called our levator ani, and there's different names for all that. If you have questions about it, you can write in the comments below, and I'll be more than happy to give you the names. But let's just say for right now, the group of them is called the levator ani, and these are the muscles that help to give support to the organs of our lesser pelvis. And the organs in our lesser pelvis are our bladder, our urethra as well, which goes with our bladder, our vagina and uterus, and then our rectum, for women, that is. For men you have your bladder and urethra, your rectum, and your prostate. So in case any men are watching this, you know. So these organs these muscles, have several functions. They help to support the organs that lay in the pelvis, which we already discussed, are the bladder and the urethra, the vagina and the uterus, and then the rectum. They also have a stabilization function. These muscles work with our deeper abdominal and back muscles to help give us core support. So if any of those muscle groups are off, it's going to affect the other muscle group. So that's very important. The other thing they do is they have a sexual function, they have a toileting function, and then they also have what we call a sump pump function, and that means that when they contract and relax, they help to move our waste fluid, our lymphatic fluid from out of our bodies from out of our legs and pelvis as they pump the muscles. So that is today's lesson. Again, let me know if you have any questions. My website is www.vitalselfpt.com. And you all have a wonderful, blessed day. Bye.